Okay, we are live, and we just wanted to welcome you guys tonight to our What is Coaching webinar. My name is Stephanie Chico, and I'm the founder of Team Fitspiration, and I'm so excited to be co-hosting tonight with my very first coach who ever joined our team, Melissa Coleman. We go back years and years and years, and so I'm really excited to be on with her tonight and to let you guys hear her story. I love hearing her story, and I think you're going to get a really cool perspective, maybe something that you haven't heard before about coaching if you've been following your coach who invited you to this webinar for a little while, maybe a totally different perspective on coaching. So I am going to just kind of jump right in, and I'm going to share my screen with you guys because I have some good visuals. If you're like me, you might like some visual tools, and we made some pretty slides for you guys tonight. So, like I said, my name is Stephanie Chico. I'm a wife and a mom. I've been married to my husband, Matt, for, oh gosh, a little over 7 years now. We have 3 little ones, Sydney, Parker, and Quinn. I'm a 9-star diamond coach, and we'll talk a little bit, maybe we'll get into it a little bit about rankings and stuff like that through Beachbody. But really that just represents how amazing our team is and how we all work together as a team. We're an elite team for 2 years in a row, which is really exciting, and it just means, again, that our team is amazing. So you guys will be in great hands when you do decide to jump in. So I'm not going to spend too much time talking about myself because you guys aren't here for that. You're here to hear about Melissa and her story, and hear about coaching through her eyes and her journey, because it's so amazing. And this girl is, I'm gonna flip my screen. This girl is so humble and sweet and amazing, and she will never toot her own horn and talk about how great she is, but she's just been such a rock in our business and in our team, and such a quiet, strong leader this whole 2 years that we've been doing this together. Funny story, when I was considering coaching, I was kind of back and forth myself about whether I should do this, and I wasn't really sure, and then I was really sure, and then I changed my mind, and I kept getting scared, and all of that. And it was Melissa who came to me and said, Steph, I know you've done some stuff from home before, Etsy shop and other home-based businesses, and I just want to get your input on what I could do, because I have Quinn, her daughter was a little baby, and she wanted to be home with her, and she wanted to help and bring in some income for her family, and she was asking my input. And I was like, this is a sign, because this girl would be a perfect Beachbody coach. I wasn't even doing Beachbody yet, and I just knew, because she loved fitness. She was a fitness instructor, and I was like, okay, I'm signing up. And so Melissa was actually probably the biggest pull for me to sign up personally. So I kind of owe my whole coaching career to Melissa. And so we signed up basically just right back to back. And so it's been really cool. We've been on this whole ride together this whole time. So Melissa is a 1-star diamond coach. Her team is just about to bust at the seams. They're growing so fast and strong. She's one of our newest 6-figure earners on our team, which is it's just kind of mind-blowing. Because like I said, she's so quiet and humble, and you really would never know that this girl is as successful as she is, because she just doesn't really talk about it that much. So I'm going to force her to talk about herself tonight. And so she's going to share a little bit about her journey with you guys tonight. And so Melissa, are you with us? I'm going to hand it over to you, lady.
I'm here.
All right. It's all you.
All right. Thank you, Stephanie. And I owe all of my success to you. So we really have been partners since the beginning. And I literally remember that conversation when I first messaged you and said, hey, your babies are adorable in the bathtub. And you make me want to have more kids. And I want to stay home with my kids. What are you doing, for work? So I literally remember sitting on the couch messaging you. And thank you for saying, I think you would be perfect, because that giving that extra boost of confidence, really made me, sign up quicker than maybe I would have. And if you're on this call tonight, then that means that somebody sees that in you. If you're watching this video, it means that your coach, thinks that you would be amazing at this. So don't take that lightly, because, we see something in you. Okay, so like she said, my name is Melissa Coleman. I'll attempt to toot my own horn here, but I just want to start off with, just kind of squashing the whole coaching title, because I think that can be really intimidating at first. So, if you're on here, you're wondering, what is this coaching thing all about? And just forget about that coaching title. And these are a couple of names that I've kind of come up with for myself. When somebody asks me, what do you do? I don't say I'm a Beachbody coach or hey, call me coach. Like, I say I'm an online fitness motivator, I'm a lifestyle coach, or I'm a fitness group facilitator. And I feel like those really kind of hone in on more of what we do. So we'll get into more of that later, but I skipped right over my kids, which are a huge part of my life. So I am a mom, I'm a wife, I have 2 kids. One is 4, Quinn, and Caleb is 1 year old. And they are my whole life, and they are part of the reason why I started this Beachbody journey, so I could stay home with them. But I do have a little bit of a different perspective. So Steph, if you want to go to the next slide, I'll get more into that. Okay, so my personal and professional journey. I'm going to go ahead and start with the professional side of things. I did go to college. I went to UCF, and I got a education background. After about, I don't know, a couple substitution classes, I quickly realized that that was not for me. It really stressed me out, and I was really nervous because, my parents helped me pay for college, and I really felt like I was letting them down, the fact that I hated what I was doing. And maybe it's because it was substitute classes. Maybe if I had my own classroom, it would be different. But anyways, that stress actually led me to finding a passion in fitness and stress relieving. So every time I would go to a spinning class, I would get that exercise high, or I just became addicted with it. And I saw my spinning instructor, and she was pregnant, and I said, hey, I want to do what you do. Obviously, you can't spin forever. How do I get your job? So she told me. I signed up, I registered, I went to the class, and I took her job. And so that's where I fell in love with fitness. It really was, my passion. I had that high after every single class, people coming up to me afterwards and telling me, what a great class it was. They'd come back, and I was like, yes, this is what I'm meant to do. And I hadn't broken it to my parents I was going to do fitness forever, but I knew it myself. And unfortunately, that only lasted 6 months. And the reason for that is my husband got transferred to Atlanta. And I was really devastated by this, because I felt like I had my class, I loved what I was doing, but you got to go, where the husband goes. So I followed him, and everything happens for a reason. And this is what led me to Beachbody, because I knew I wanted to do something with fitness. I just didn't know what outlet. So when we moved to Atlanta, I was a little bit lonely. I was stuck in my mommy bubble. I had a 2-year-old, so we were just starting to communicate. But something was missing. I am a people person. I love relationships. I've always had a good group of girlfriends, and I was just missing that up there. And I wasn't being able to work out. I couldn't, every time I went to the gym, my daughter had separation anxiety, and they would call me 10 seconds later, and I'd have to go get her. So I really did need a home fitness program. But like Stephanie said, I messaged her one day, and well, I'll back up. The reason I messaged her was me and my husband were going through the Dave Ramsey financial piece, and we really wanted to get out of debt. We had a little bit of car payment issues, a little bit of credit card buildup, and I was already a stay-at-home mom. And I was just looking for a little something extra, a little additional. That debt was weighing on my shoulders. I felt like we couldn't go on vacations. I felt like I couldn't go on a Target shopping spree. I felt like I couldn't buy a pair of jeans without, having to bug my husband and ask him, can I do this? So I just wanted a little bit more leeway, something additional. In fact, we talked about, okay, well, why don't you try to find a job you can do from home? We know you want to stay home with Quinn. What can you do? And so I started searching jobs. I'm like, I am not going to be inputting information into a medical record, whatever, that kind of stuff. So I messaged Stephanie, and I knew she had done Etsy. And this is when Pinterest came out, so I was kind of feeling crafty. So I thought, okay, maybe I'll do crafts and sell them on Etsy. That was not the case. But again, I've always had fitness, is my passion. So I had that in the back of my mind, and she told me about Beachbody, and she said, oh, I'm making bows, but that's not going so well. I'm actually starting doing this thing called Beachbody. And I had heard of P90X, I had heard of Insanity, but I had never actually done them. But when she said fitness, I said, ding, 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 I'm in. So literally, she told me about this, and whatchamacallit, even though I, hadn't done the programs, she told me that if I just ordered like a challenge pack, I could try it out and there'd be no harm, no foul if I didn't want to pursue it. So I said, okay, worst things that's going to happen is I'm going to get an awesome program, or I'm going to, I'm either going to get an awesome program and a month worth of meals. So, okay, why not? I'm just going to try it. I'm going to go out on a whim. All the signs were pointing to yes. So I did it. I was one of those random, probably, impulsive people. And by nature, I'm very impulsive. And typically that's like a bad trait. But in this case, it was good. It was the right decision. And I'm forever grateful that I did it when I did, because we are a team. I signed up with Stephanie. Like she said, I was her first coach. And so I've been with her the whole time. And watching her success has just, inspired me. And, we have just built this, or she has built this awesome team that I get to be a part of. And I will say that
I just have to butt in and say that you helped build it too. So
thank you. See, we work so well together. But the only hesitation I had was that I didn't have a big transformation. How was I going to tell all these people about these programs or show them my before and afters when I knew they weren't going to be that wowing, because I was already in decent shape. And I'm so glad I didn't let that, hold me back, because life is a journey. Like everything that you're doing is a journey, whether you're signing up for a 5K, a marathon, whether you get pregnant, which is what happened to me. Like shortly after Beachbody World, I got pregnant, and that actually was huge in my business. That's pretty much like my following now, because I really promoted a healthy pregnancy. And, it helped keep me on track with my health and fitness. I was able to drink Shakeology during my entire pregnancy. I got the thumbs up from my midwife and my OBGYN, and then I drank it the entire time that I was nursing for an entire year. So Shakeology, although I didn't start because I was in a group with Shakeology and the fitness programs, it's been a staple, and don't know where I'd be without it right now. But the fitness programs are what drew me into the business. And so if you're in here and you're thinking, okay, well, I don't really have a big transformation, don't worry about it. Something's going to come up in your life where you are going to be able to talk about it. And so anyways, if that's one of your hesitations, just squash that. I have on there water birth, because that's something that I was really passionate about. Both of my kids, I tried to have a water birth. We're not going to go into that situation, but you connect with women about different things. So I connected with women about, who were going through a pregnancy, who were into natural childbirth. And that's how we built our relationship. And so that's, kind of what my following is now, or people that are in my groups are other moms. So regardless of whether I had a big physical transformation, your whole life is a transformation. And as long as you're willing to share that, you're going to connect with people on different levels. Okay, so we'll go back. I did join Beachbody in 2012. Something that kind of held me back. And, I never compare myself to Stephanie, because I'm just forever grateful for her. But she is blowing it up. She has been a rock star since the very beginning. And she wanted this, she needed this to work for her family. She just went all in. And I think the thing that held me back is I was like, this is additional income. And that's how I treated it. I would start a challenge group whenever I was starting a new program, but I didn't go all in, even though I said I was. But that really held me back. I just treated it as a hobby. Nothing wrong with it. I was consistent. I've been on Shakeology HD the entire time, but there comes a moment where you're like, wow, I can help so many more people and really make a career out of this. So, during this whole hobby thing, I was still trying to find a way to get back to the fitness stuff. Like, okay, should I re-get certified? Should I do Pilates? Should I do this? Should I do that? And it's just like a light bulb moment. It's like, wow, you can help, when you're a fitness instructor, you can pretty much help whoever is in your classroom. Okay, but when you're a Beachbody coach, you can help anyone who's on the internet and anywhere. So it just totally broadens the horizons. And I quickly realized that my passion of making $15 a class at the YMCA was not going to help us get out of that debt. And I realized that this was the avenue. And I'm sitting at a Star Diamond coach right now. I have a couple more popping up, and that just means that our business is moving forward. If you join our team, like, we are always moving forward. And it's just a great thing to be a part of. And we're all team players. When you join as a Beachbody coach, it's kind of scary because you think, okay, now I'm a coach, what do I do? Or a lifestyle coach, or whatever you want to call it. But we share everything. Like, if you're not ready to run a fitness group or whatever, we're there for you. And so it's really just about being a team player. And I've always been a team player. Growing up in high school, every season I was in a team. So I just think that that's why I love this so much. And, even now, now that we are financially free from all of our car payments, all of our debt and all that kind of stuff. Why do I keep doing it? And it's because of our challengers. It's because of our coaches. It's our team. Like, I don't want to let them down, and hearing their stories just propels me. It makes me want to go harder and faster and stronger. And right now, my big why is, like, I want to settle down and buy a home. We've moved around so much that I'm just ready to find that place and not be dictated by my husband's jobs where it's going to be. Like, I want to create a lifestyle where we can live wherever we want, wherever we decide. And the beauty of this business is it's all online, so it goes where we go. And then the last little thing I have down there is mom boss. And I love that because since becoming a Beachbody coach, I feel like I am a mom boss. And those days, if you're a mom in here, when you wake up, you take a shower, or you work out, you take a shower, you've done the laundry, you've cooked, you've cleaned, and you just feel like, dang, I am a boss. Like, and I can just tell you that I have had way more productive days in my yoga pants than I did in my sweatpants days back before, Beachbody. So it's just wonderful waking up every day and being excited about your job. And, I love those mom boss days, and I think that's why, this is just addicting, and it's what we do. So if you want to go ahead to the next one.
Yes, ma'am.
Hopefully I'm not rambling too much, guys. I'm really, passionate about this, and I just keep going and going. So Steph, cut me off if I get.
No, I love it. So
okay.
good.
So I wanted to just kind of broadcast, what life was like before Beachbody and after, because this is more of the, internal transformation, because I didn't have a huge, physical transformation. So when we moved to Atlanta, I was really lonely. I didn't have my friends and family and stuff like that. I was happy with life. I really was. I was content, besides the fact that I was lonely, but like, I wasn't super depressed or anything. Just any additional income, any additional relationships, any additional workouts, everything was going to be extra. So I was content. I exercised when I could, whenever my daughter would let me. I watched a lot of TV. I'm not going to lie. Like, what I remember about Atlanta was watching tons of Grey's Anatomy, and that's horrible. And it's partially it's my husband's fault. But we went on that Netflix binge of just watching a ton of TV, which is not super productive. Okay. And then we were worried about finances. I didn't like the feeling of not being able to plan a vacation and go home and see family, because I felt like we should use that money to pay off debt. So, and just, it's so annoying, if you have a spouse and it's like, what'd you spend here? What'd you spend there? Like, it's super annoying. So I just wanted to be, financially free for that reason, save our marriage. So after Beachbody, and it's been 2.5 years now, I'm always talking to somebody, always got messages going, always, something I'm excited to talk about with coaches, challengers, whatever. I'm super passionate about life in general, about my job. If you talk to me for 5 minutes, hopefully you can see that. I'm just really passionate about life, and that's a better place than being content. I exercise 5 to 6 times a week, so it definitely, elevates the level of accountability. And then reading and listening to personal development has been a huge thing. It's honestly a new thing for me. Like I said, I used to be, instead of my Grey's Anatomy, now I listen to audio or read a book. And I've learned more about life and business and leadership and social media than I ever have in college. And I think that, I'm more excited about it because I can apply it to my real life. So that's fun. Thursdays are absolutely my favorite days of the week. And it's not just because it's Beachbody payday. That is a huge part of it. But in our team page, we actually have, I put up a post, on Thursdays, and I say, okay, what did this Beachbody income allow you to do this week? And, I just love hearing what my coaches were able to do. Some of them, they got a manicure. Some of them, they bought healthy groceries for their family. Somebody just paid for a cruise for her and her husband's anniversary. Somebody bought a wedding dress. Somebody bought a last-minute impromptu ticket to fly across the country to see her dad because he was super sick. Like, that is heartwarming stuff. And so although it is payday, it's not about the money. It's about what that money allows you to do. And you got that money by helping people. So I love Thursdays. I'm dreaming big and goal setting. I used to, goal set in January, usually in the new year. And since Beachbody, it kind of went from monthly goals to weekly goals to daily goals. So, I just love crossing stuff off my lists. And empowering women daily. There's a quote, I wrote it down. Let's see, it's by Ralph Waldo Emerson. And it says, "It is one of the beautiful compensations in this life that no one can sincerely try to help another without helping himself." And we're literally helping people all day long. And, I feel like that's one of the beautiful things that have come out of this is it did end up helping me. I feel like I'm a better wife, I'm a better mom, a better friend, a better daughter of Christ, like all around. And I hope I don't sound like I'm tooting my horn too much there, but that's what happens when you become a coach. You become a better person. So, we can't guarantee that you're going to lose all your weight because you have to press play. We can't guarantee that you're going to make $1 million off this because you have to put in the work. But we can guarantee if you join our team, you're going to be a better person. And I think that's what I'm going to end on, Steph.
Yeah, and I mean, I loved everything you said, Melissa, and I love what you said about becoming a better person and just also being around good people. I feel like it's not that I was necessarily hanging around with bad people before Beachbody, but I just had never been around people who were so had a passion for life and wanted to be a part of something bigger than themselves and do things for other people and just help to bless other people on a daily basis. I mean, that was a new thing. And I feel like that's what you get. If you don't build this business at all, you get in and you decide nah, I don't really want to do this. You still get to be a part of our amazing team pages on Facebook and get to be around and soak up that positivity. And I mean, heck, I would just hang out and be a fly on the wall and read all the happy notes and things like that, your thread in your team page. I'm going to steal that idea, by the way. I love that. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty life-changing stuff, even if you don't end up making the big bucks in this business. Our goal is to help you do that, but just the whole experience itself is so life-changing. So I am going to flip the screen, and I know we talked a little bit about the fitness side of things, and Melissa talked a little bit about how she got started with a challenge pack and, the Beachbody workout programs and stuff. So Mal, I'm going to hand it back to you just so you can kind of talk about these workout programs too.
Okay. Yeah. So Beachbody has tons of different programs that you can choose from. And that's kind of a fun thing about being a coach is that you get to just try all kinds of new things. But, not everybody is going to like what you like. So it's nice to have the option to, redirect somebody who maybe isn't into weightlifting. Maybe they like more of the yoga Pilates thing. So we do Pyo. So there's something for everyone out there. And another beautiful thing is that everyone's pretty much heard of P90X, Insanity, 21 Day Fix. And that's because of the infomercial. And that's another side of the Beachbody business. And they actually do the marketing for us. So when we're talking to people, you can say, yeah, I work for that company that does P90X and Insanity. And most people will have heard of it. But so anyways, yeah, it's just kind of funny or fun to collect all the different workout programs, and you're always getting to try something new so you don't get bored of the same thing.
Yeah, definitely. And I know we touched a little bit on, personal trainers, and I know Mel was a group fitness instructor. And so if we have any of you listening in tonight and you're maybe a group fitness instructor or personal trainer, I loved Melissa's perspective on the fact that when you're a fitness instructor, you can only get that many people who are in your class that day. Or if you're a personal trainer, you only have so many hours in a day where you can fit, an hour session in with, let's say if you're working an 8-hour day, you can only get 8 people in your day, and that's without taking a lunch break or anything like that. Where with these programs, we're able to reach people outside of your gym and outside of your fitness and, the room that you're teaching in. And I've talked to personal trainers, and not everybody is down with, the meal planning and, the major weightlifting programs that they're going to maybe get in the gym. And sometimes you're going to be working with moms who can't get to the gym. I know for me, it was hard. I had the best of intentions. I remember hiring a personal trainer right before our wedding when we got married, and it was hard for me. I was working. We didn't have kids yet, obviously, but just getting to the gym was so tough. And I know that had my personal trainer maybe had programs like this that they could have recommended that I do at home to kind of fill in the gaps, that's huge for your business. So it's just helping you kind of expand your reach, as a fitness professional. So I know that not everybody's listening in that is a personal trainer or group fitness instructor, but I don't think we talk a lot about that from that perspective. So I really like to bring up that point. And with all of that, we're going to kind of get into the nuts and bolts of all of this. I know you guys are like, okay, cool stories, but tell me about what this whole coaching thing is. Like, how does this work? And so that's what we're going to talk about. There's a lot to know, and we're going to cover sort of the basics today. Thankfully for, the amazing leaders that we have within our team, anybody who's listening in, if you were invited by a coach on our team, you're gonna get top-notch training as you get started. There's so much support as you get started. So if you still leave this webinar with some questions, we hope that we answer all of your basic questions. But beyond that, just calm those fears that I have to know everything. I have to know everything. You don't. We've got you. We're gonna hold your hand. We're gonna get you through this whole process. You're gonna learn from all of us. And so, yeah, with that said, what we do, like Melissa said, we're not just coaches. Like I did not go to school to be a coach. I don't coach a team. I don't get out there and, count down drills for people. That's not what I do. I'm a motivator. A lot of us are heavily based on social media. So we're sort of like virtual cheerleaders for people, virtual like rooter honors and motivators, if you will. And that's really what we do. We just share with others. So, we love all of this, and we hope that you coming into this will develop that love as well. If you're not already in a challenge group or using the products, you may be new to it like Melissa was when she first jumped into coaching, and that's okay. But just to understand that this is going to be your new journey, and to share that, to just share your journey, be open about it, be excited about it, because that passion is really what attracts people, and you turn into a magnet, and other people are like, what is she drinking? Because I want to drink some of that too. So that's really what we do. We're just a friend. We help people reach their full potential. So again, like Melissa was talking about with just becoming a better person, even if you are just starting out as a coach and you're starting challenge groups yourself, and you're helping people that don't necessarily join your team, you're helping them reach their full potential. So that's reaching their fitness goals, becoming a more well-rounded person, maybe getting to know little parts of their insides, parts of their heart, parts of what they really want to get out of life, and help them work toward that. And that's the really cool part of this that I don't think we talk about enough, is just really developing those deep relationships with people and getting to know people and really blessing their lives. And that's being a part of something that's really way bigger than you can even wrap your head around if you think about it. Again, with just kind of sharing the journey, we're sort of a product of the product. That's what we like to say. We're sort of like walking billboards for our own businesses. So yes, Beachbody does do a lot of really amazing, $1 million type of advertising for us. But, I am not defined necessarily by Beachbody. That's the really cool part, is that they give us that freedom to sort of be individuals in this business. And we can rep the products and the workout programs and all of that however we feel comfortable, whatever is our comfort level and our level of love for fitness or health or nutrition, all of that. So you get to be your own walking billboard. and holding others accountable. I know Melissa talked about this too, just really like it becomes part of what you want to be as a good example for others. And so you're holding others accountable, but it's also a huge accountability level for yourself. So you become a better version of you while you're helping other people become better versions of themselves. It's just like this amazing, beautiful circle and cycle that happens, and it's really pretty cool. So like I said, we host virtual challenge groups. We host these on Facebook, and we just invite new people every 30 days or so. We're running new groups, we're inviting new people in, and we're just kind of working out together. We get our workout done, we post a selfie, we cook a really great healthy meal, we post a picture of that. Just kind of stay up with each other and keep each other motivated, share recipe ideas, check in with one another, lend support when you have rough days, because hey, this is life, and life is imperfect, and so we just all kind of support each other through that. And you get the really cool added bonus of enjoying 25% off. So anytime like a new product launches or something like that, you get 25% off, and it's pretty rad because then you can grow your library of workout programs and things like that. So let me move on to our next. So how do we earn? I know I get asked a lot about this, like, when can I start making money? Well, you can start making money today if you sign up today. Immediately you get your own little set of websites, which is really cool. Beachbody takes care of all the maintenance for those websites, and we'll kind of get into the fees associated with that. Very, very tiny little fee every month. It's like a trip to Starbucks. That's what I like to say. But your income is really a direct reflection of how many people you help. So like Melissa said, we can provide all the tools for you. We can't say you're going to make $1,000 a week just magically. No, there's definitely like a level of you working and reaching people and helping people, and that's up to you. So you can make as much or as little as you want to make. It's completely dependent on how many people you reach and how many people you're helping. So it's pretty simple if you think about it. It's just like the more the merrier kind of mentality. 25% commission and 25% discount. I went over the discount a little bit, but we do get a 25% commission, which is really a nice, handsome little commission there. It is not all based on commission. So maybe when I was talking about how many people you help, you were thinking like, oh, let me do the math. Okay, how many challenge packs am I going to have to sell, to make a really hefty commission check? The really cool thing is that if you so choose, you can build a team. That's not mandatory, and neither is the retail side of things. So there's no like quotas to meet, and that's my last bullet point. No pressure to sell or build a team, and so there's no penalties if you are not working the business like other people. It's really up to you and whatever speed you want to go. So, but if you do decide that you want to build a team, we can teach you how to do that. But there's another side of the earning potential to this business by building a team. And that's really probably like 95% of my income today is based on the team that we've all built together. So it's really cool that I don't have to go out there and like sell and be that salesperson and try and get people to like, here's my link, go buy from here and buy this and buy that, it's on sale. I don't have to do that, and neither do you, and neither does Melissa. We don't have to do that to be successful in this business. And I feel like when I tell people that, sometimes it's like, whew, okay, I feel so much better now. So hopefully, maybe if that was one of your concerns, that can kind of put that to rest right then and there, because that is not what we're about. We're not about being salespeople. We're not about being salespeople and spammy and just trying to get people to buy stuff all the time. It's just not what we do. So. And then what about all this team stuff? So you've heard, a lot about Team Fitspiration and Melissa's team, and there's team this and team that, and, all of that stuff. It's just kind of, we have these fun names, and it just makes people feel like they're a part of something big. And really what you get that's special with our team is you have monthly mentorships. I know Melissa and I both run new coach trainings where you'll be completely supported, from day one on your coaching journey. You really get one-on-one support. We have weekly, we call them Zoom calls. They're Zoom meetings. It's a program where it's kind of like a Skype. You get to meet face-to-face. You really get to know your teammates. Super fun. And we do fun incentives and monthly prizes and tons of recognition. Today's Thursday, so if you guys are following us on Facebook, you probably saw emeralds and diamonds and star diamonds and all that awesome stuff happening today. And it's payday, so payday is always a fun day. So Thursday is a big day in Beachbody land. And there's no pressure, like I said, and no penalties. If you decide you want to cancel because this is just not what you ended up wanting it to be, then there's no penalties for that. There's literally no risk involved. So you have nothing to fear at all by joining our team. So Mel, I'm going to flip it over to this slide and let you take over.
Okay. So if you're wondering how you get started, you're like, okay, this sounds great. Sign me up. How do I get started? This is how. If you have ever purchased a challenge pack from your coach, so meaning a program and a month worth of Shakeology, you actually get to sign up for free. For free. I said that right. So if you love Shakeology, you're going to stay on it, you love your workout programs, then it's a no-brainer for you to sign up because it's free and you get that 25% discount. If you haven't been in a challenge group, I highly recommend you get in one so you can see what they're all about. But the other ways to sign up as a coach are with a $39.95 coach sign-up fee. There is an exception to this. All military, active military spouses, and veterans do not have to pay this fee. So that's pretty awesome, nor the $15 a month website fee, which is really the only cost associated with signing up as a coach. But this is awesome because Beachbody takes care of all your websites for you. So I don't know about you, I'm not a computer programmer, and every time something new comes out, which Beachbody always is, they have the new exercise video coming out with Shanti, and they're going to update all that for you. You don't have to do that. So it's actually really helpful. And another point we didn't really even talk on is just that you are an independent contractor and you own your own business. So there are tons of benefits to that. And this $15 monthly fee is just one of the tax write-offs. So, portion of your internet, all that kind of stuff. We're on video, so I don't want to say things that aren't tax write-off because I'm not a tax person. But anyways, that's really the only cost associated. Or if you've never had a challenge pack, you just sign up with a challenge pack. They range anywhere from $140 to like $205 with this beautiful display. And really, I renamed the challenge packs to call the big shebang, like the whole shebang, because it's everything you need. You've got your fitness program, you've got your Shakeology, you've got your meal planning, you've got everything. You've got a support system. So why would you not get started with this? The $39 is honestly just a waste. Like if you have to do it, you have to do it. I understand that. But go ahead and do yourself a favor and get started with this challenge pack so you have everything you need to be successful. And another little point is when I first started, I went with the cheapest thing. I went with Hip Hop Abs. It was $140, and I probably didn't do my due justice of what I should. I didn't really find out which program I should get started with the best. And I went with Shanti, and hopefully his exercise program will teach me how to dance because I'm not a big dancer and I wasn't a huge fan of Hip Hop Abs. And I think that might have slowed my progress in the beginning because I wasn't passionate about it. So if there's a program out there that you you want, like the 21-Day Fix or Insanity Max or P90X, whatever it is, spend that little extra money to get the better program or whatever's on sale, whatever, but something that you're going to be passionate about so that you have something to talk about. So, Steph?
Yeah, and another thing I wanted to add to that is I have obviously 21-Day Fixes on display here. I like to show it because it's one of our most popular ones. It's probably our top seller. But also, as you get started, having these portion control containers that are shown, it coincides with the meal plan, and it's just so valuable to have those little containers, and they look really tiny and minuscule, but you get those things and you dump out your chicken on your plate and you're like, holy moly, that's a lot of chicken. So don't let that size or what you think they look like deceive you, because it's really a lot of food. But that's a great thing to start with, and you can start the 21-Day Fix and then move on to Max 30 or something like that afterward and still use those portion control containers. And another thing I wanted to add really quick before we wrap up is just every month we have challenge packs on promotion, so on sale. And, they start at $140, like Melissa said. And I know $140, like that's a chunk of change. I get that. But the way that I really like to look at it is $140 to start a business, like a real legit business. I'm going to stop our screen share. To start a real legitimate business. I know, like, I've heard the analogy to start up like a Starbucks is like 6 figures, down in cash. You've got to have all these investors. You've got to have, a certain number of dollars in your savings account. And here we are with this. I know it doesn't look fancy behind me. I'm not in some like corner office in a, top penthouse office or anything like that. But this is a legitimate business, you guys, and it has really, really turned into something more than I have ever been able to imagine for myself. I'm sure Melissa feels the same way. It's just like, is this really happening? So $140 to start a business that can turn into something that more than you can even imagine. Like, more, I can't even really say, because I don't even really like to talk about what it can turn into. It's beyond your wildest dreams. And so that $140, if you've got that little whisper in your heart and you feel that pull toward this thing, make it happen. Sell something on Craigslist, sell some old shoes, sell your kids' toys that they're not playing with anymore. I'm like, make it happen, because you will not regret it. And you'll get these really cool products and Shakeology, which is so, we didn't even talk about Shakeology. It's liquid gold, you guys. It's changed my nutrition completely. I think Melissa totally agrees. So do you have anything to add to that, Mel?
Well, I guess if we're talking about Shakeology, like the way, I know when we go home and we talk to our husbands about this, me and my husband agreed from the very beginning that Shakeology was coming out of our meal plan, or out of our, shopping list, because it was an entire meal. So, $130, I don't know last time I went to the grocery store and bought a month worth of meals. Like, I know I go to Target and I, for toilet paper, and I spend $130. So, as long as you take it and you realize that it is an entire meal, it's really not that much when you think about it like that. But the other part was, we're talking about turning your passion into career. I know that my passion is fitness. It has always been fitness, but it may not be yours, and that's okay. But I want to encourage you to think about what your passion is, whether it's blogging, whether it's taking pictures, whether it's cooking, running, whatever it is. Like, I guarantee you can combine that into Beachbody somehow. Like, this is just an amazing outlet to help you reach so many more goals.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that Melissa said that, because I had an interest in fitness because I had just had 3 back-to-back children when I got started with Beachbody, but I was never that fitness guru, that girl who was like always in the gym and like always going to, work out and run. And that was not me. I was worried about becoming a coach when I wasn't ever that fitness girl before. But I knew that I liked to help people. I knew that I liked to talk to people. I like to write. So, I was blogging, kind of had a mommy blog before Beachbody. So I like that Mel said that. And writing has really become, sharing my story and my journey and just, the happenings of my life has really become a huge part of Beachbody and how I've been able to connect with people. So yes, that's huge. You can share any little facet of your personality through coaching, and it really just gives you a platform to connect with other people in that interest group. So there are so many people out there that we haven't even reached yet that still need help. And so you guys watching, you're that link to those people that still need help in the world. So it's kind of a powerful thing if you really think about it. And I love that part of this. So and we're going to finish up, but I just wanted to ask you a question, Melissa. If you could do this all over again, would you do anything differently? Would you have, do you have any regrets? How has all of this, that was a loaded question, but how has all of this changed everything for you guys as a family?
Well, absolutely, I would do it again. My only regret, I guess, would be not going all in from the beginning. I kind of just treated it like a hobby and didn't really, recognize that it could be a career. So that would be my regret, I guess. But it all happens for a reason, and then it has absolutely changed our life because, that dream of having that house where we can settle down with our family seemed so far off 2.5 years ago. 2.5 years is nothing, guys. Like, that's time is gonna fly by no matter what. And it's right around the corner. Like, I spend my nights on Zillow, like, all the time looking for new houses. And you know, I actually got started so we could pay off some debt. You know, our credit card is debt. We've not only paid off 1, 2, but 3 vehicles now. And I'm waiting for the title to actually come in so I can do a little post about it. And Stephanie, I haven't even told you that. And I don't even thank her enough for every, you know, she literally has helped change our life, because this income doesn't go anywhere, and it is steady. Like, we have built a solid business, and it's not like I make, you know, so much one week and then very little the next week. It is a steady income, you know. And I think at Super Saturday, one of our top coaches had talked about, in the beginning, you put in a lot of hard work and you may not see the returns right away because you're working mainly off of commission or whatever. But if you stay in this for the long haul, 2.5 years, 3 years, Stephanie, we started the exact same day and our paychecks are very different. So she went all in from the very beginning, and she's a freaking rock star. And I was a little slower, but that's okay. But the longer you're in, you know, you almost get back pay for all that hard work that you did in the beginning. So, and it's not even work, guys. We're just working out. We're talking to people. We're running groups. So it has absolutely changed our life. We can go wherever we want now. We're financially free. And so, yes, life-changing. I do it 100 times again.
So cool. I love hearing that. And don't discredit all of the amazing work that you've done, though, Mel. I mean, just for not going all in and in 2.5 years building a 6-figure income business. I mean, that's like legit stuff right there. So it's possible for anyone. I mean, if you guys met Melissa or me in person, you would be like, really, them? Okay, well, if they can do it, I can probably do this too. We didn't do anything special. We just kind of showed up every day and stuck with it. It's just the test of time and, you know, consistency. And that's what we're here for, is to give that to you guys and that support. So same support we had, we're going to pay it forward and give that to you guys. So we're so thankful that you guys were on with us tonight and tuned in. We hope you got lots of good info. I loved hearing Melissa's story. I've heard it before, but I loved, you know, hearing it again and pulling new bits and pieces. So thank you, Melissa, for being on and sharing. Loved it.
Thank you.
You guys have a great night, and let us know if you have any questions. We'll definitely be around to answer. Take care, you guys. Bye, Melissa.
Bye.